Arkansas, an outdoor paradise. People travel hundreds of miles to enjoy what, well, some of us take for granted. We are called the natural state without reason, with an abundance of rivers, lakes, and streams loaded with adventure. Scenic views that will take your breath away. Biking trails and back roads just begging to be discovered. Sit back and relax as Ray Tucker and longtime journalist Brian Hendricks explore our magnificent state with this week's edition of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
Wow, what a beautiful summer day out there. Weekend was pretty nice. The humidity was down a little bit. And so I woke up this morning. I want a little water because I want to go river fish somewhere, Brian.
Well, we'll do that because it's about time. We can do what we do.
I went up to Fayetteville on Thursday, and I took the pig trail. And I wanted to see what the Mulberry River looked like. And so wasn't much there.
Well, I tell you, the reason you were up there, we want to congratulate you for your induction into the Sports Writers and Broadcasters Hall of Fame. Very well-deserved honor.
Absolutely.
With our good friend Steve Wright, who has been a friend of us forever. And
he was funny.
Yeah, Steve is funny. A very, very deadpan, low-key humor, but good dude all around. I've known him for, 40 years probably, and I was very happy to see that happen for him. Very well deserved. You know,
he's quite a fisherman.
You know, he wrote that book, the Arkansas Trout Tales, I believe it is, and I still say it's the definitive trout fishing book for Arkansas that's ever been written, if not for the entire sport. I mean, it's centered here, but it applies. The things that he's got in there applies to anywhere, and he documented, the world's greatest trout fishery, way back in the 90s when it was, still at its prime, and you might say that it still is, but I love that book. I read it every now and then, still even now.
And then in the comic books, is that what you read?
Yeah, because it had a lot of pictures in it, and, that was cool. But while we're on Halls of Fame, it was time this year to get the band back together. We've got Mark Hedrick with us. Is going back into the Arkansas Outdoor Hall of Fame, and so
that's it.
What, Crocodile Dundee walking here?
yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, it's kind of. I'm looking for that knife.
So this show's been on for Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. I think we're in our 12th year.
Yep.
And Mark Hedrick was one of our founders back in the day. Right. And so we are very happy and proud to have you back tonight.
Well, I'm glad to be back. Put the band back together.
and so if you're driving your car and you hear his voice and think it's Tuesday, it's not. It's Monday night.
Yeah, well, it's like everything else. They're having trouble finding guests. So here I am, dragging the barrel.
That's not true.
No, I'm just kidding.
We have great guests every week.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Tommy Murkison told me one day when he got in the Hall of Fame, he goes, "Well, Hedrick," he goes, I made it, and he goes, I guess they were running out of people. Tommy, his sense of humor.
I had enough friends tell me what they do, run out of names.
That's right.
Yeah.
And you got to be I think once you hit, you got to be over 70, I think, to get into a lot of these things, Ray. Of course, you're not quite there yet.
Well, the timing's good here as this unsettling silence settles in over the studio. It's been about, we're closing in on our 12th anniversary,
Yes,
so it's good to have you on for that reason too, just to kind of celebrate, a long-standing successful thing that you were a very big part of in the beginning. And
well, let me tell you, the way I look at it is any time that you can push the Arkansas Outdoors, get people a rising tide lifts all ships, and that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah,
I mean, the reason we have radio shows for the outdoors is people listen to them, and
we sure hope so.
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, so it's interesting to me just how many times you're driving down the show, and I'll listen to your show, or and here's something I had no idea. I mean, y'all, we've done this a long time. Everything from hot air balloons to wading in the water, but it's something for everybody.
I was in a hot air balloon. We waded in water.
Yeah.
You remember the guy that was on the paraglider guy? That he had pictures too. He went off a Mountain Magazine and a wing spar on that thing collapsed.
It was a hang glider.
Hang glider, and so the wing flies over, and he goes into about a 500-foot spiral into the trees, crashes through the trees and comes to a rest. You know, it didn't get hurt, but he got scratched up real bad. And his toes, he could bend his toes down and touch the ground. And all of his friends came running down and found him.
I'd forgotten about that, but I remember, yeah.
He was hanging there, and he thought, well, I wonder how close I am to the ground. Tilted his feet down and touched the ground. That's how close he came to.
He said they went directly up to Mather Lodge and tied one on.
I would imagine.
All right, in-house with us, Eddie Rogers, who is a board member of the Arkansas Game and Fish Foundation. And you want to share with us a little bit about what's coming up?
You bet. So, guys, thank you for having me here. And we've got our flagship event coming up called the Arkansas Hall of Fame Banquet. And it's the largest fundraiser we have for Arkansas Game and Fish Commission. It's an incredible time. We'll have 1,600 people there, silent auctions. There'll be a puppy running around. I think my son's donating it again this year. Potential for boats and, great food service from John 3:16. It's just going to be a fantastic time. My wife will be there with me, co-chairing the event. She's obviously the reason I got the nod on that. It's definitely not because of me.
The looks and the brains of the organization.
100%
no
of
question.
it. That's exactly right. So that's on August 29th. So tickets can be found online.
State House again?
State House Convention Center, that's correct.
For anybody that has not ever been to that, it's really an event. It's a big room. There's always live music there. Trey Reed, I believe, is going to be the MC, as he has been for quite a long time, and he does a great job with that. Great food. The honorees are always very special honorees, and they've always got a great story. They've got a really nicely put together video presentation for them. Of course, Mark will be.
It's kind of a reunion every year, and for me, I used to tell Brian this, and I've said this to Ray, but when the spring starts, the white bass, when they start running, it makes me start thinking of fishing season. When the outdoor banquet comes up, it kind of is the opening the door for hunting season. And everybody's excited. Your hunters are there, your fishermen are there, your outdoor people. They're coming from all walks of life. And you get to see people you don't get to see but once a year maybe.
That's right. There's plenty of people that I see there once a year. And a fun fact, this year on August the 29th, early buck season for archery opens the 29th.
That's right. It opens the 29th. Then you've got dove season, I believe, that opens the first weekend of September. And that used to be, really kind of the opening bell for hunting season. Now I think this velvet season is kind of it now. But both are, Arkansas has just got all these opportunities to keep popping up. The velvet season's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
For a long time, South Carolina was the only state that had that. And if you wanted to go out and hunt in 115-degree temperatures, have at it. I'll leave that to them.
I won't be there, but I'm sure some people enjoy that.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on. Squirrel season, all that. It's like you said. Seems like there's always a little bit of a cold front that comes through right about then. And on the night of that banquet, it seems like.
Right.
And you go in there and you just kind of get your juices flowing, and then you got all these great hunting things going on. All just pumps you up.
And then just about the time duck season rolls around, it goes to about 90.
All right, we're going to take a first break here. Lake Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, Mark Hedrick and Eddie Rogers, who is a foundation board, and he and his wife are chair for the Outdoor Hall of Fame coming up, and we'll talk more about that.
The Saracen Casino Hotel is now open and accepting reservations. Saracen's new 14-story hotel features 318 modern guest rooms and suites, offering luxe accommodations paired with the elevated amenities and the southern hospitality customers have come to expect from Saracen Casino Resort. And while you're at it, don't skip dinner at Red Oak, recognized as Arkansas's best restaurant for 5 years running. Book your stay with Saracen by visiting SaracenResort.com or calling Saracen today.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, it's Shark Month 2 at Gwatney Buick GMC. Shark Month promises the biggest deals of the year and ready to take a bite out of your payment. New Invistas starting at under $24,000. Sink your teeth into Sierra 1500s, up to $15,000 off MSRP. Sharks can smell a deal for miles around, like all new Buicks on the lot at 0.9. Are you underwater? Let's trade. Canyons at just $249 per month and Sierras at 0%. It's Shark Month 2, and you're going to need a bigger truck. Call Gwatney Buick GMC at 501-945-4444. Gwatney Buick GMC, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. Stock numbers 32616, 32661. Some offers require qualifying trade-in. Canyon is a low mileage lease. All offers with approved credit.
Everybody knows the Brad Hendricks Law Firm is famous for cars.
With more than 50 exhibitors, amazing giveaways, and everything you need to plan your perfect wedding, this is a hometown tradition you don't want to miss. Sponsored in part by Dillard's and Crown Entertainment. Get your tickets today at ArkansasBridalCommunity.com.
Looking for something unique to do in Little Rock? Head to the Museum of Discovery. Explore hands-on exhibits, try real science experiments, and meet live animals up close. Little ones will love the Small Fry Fish Camp Gallery, designed just for early learners. Catch an electrifying bipolar musical Tesla coil show or live science demonstration during your visit. And with special events happening all the time, there's always something new to experience for all ages. So plan your visit and check out upcoming events at museumofdiscovery.org.
And we're back. We're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors with Mark Hedrick and Eddie Rogers from the Arkansas Game and Fish Foundation Board of Directors, and we're talking all things Arkansas hunting and fishing tonight. You know, when you talk about, you know, the Game and Fish Foundation, y'all have so many things going on. You mentioned we've been talking about the Hall of Fame banquet, but we also have some other events like the Duck Season Social that. Tell us a little bit about that.
So Duck Season Social, I believe this will be our 5th year. The mastermind behind that was a guy named Brent Birch, and he kind of put his wing around me early on that first one and said, hey, help me out with this. And it's been a really fun mid-split. You know, we always do it the first mid-split between season 1, season 2 of duck season. Normally it's on a Wednesday.
Accurately, let's put it that way. But it had nothing to do with the outdoors. And but
I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't I?
Yeah, you do too. And so they had a silent auction going there, and lo and behold, he found something he wanted, and he didn't want to leave. He was hovering over. It's like, man, we got to get out of this place. Yeah. And he ended up getting beat on the auction.
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people there that want things more than I do. I mean, let's just put it that way. I mean, there'll be people there, and there are some things that I really. I've still got stuff that I bought at banquets 30 years ago.
Right.
You know, so I've got memories of that. The thing I take away from it now is not only are you supporting the Arkansas Outdoors by going to it, telling your friends about it, but just getting in there and shaking hands, exchanging ideas, and seeing what happens after the banquet. People get together and go, hey, let's try this.
That's right.
And so, for instance, we've been talking about the Sherrilunker program for many, many years. Talked about it on the show 12 years ago. Talked about it on Steve Bowman's show some 30 years ago it's been something we've wanted to do. Perfect Storm hits, and now we've got the Legacy Lunker program, and they're going to do a banquet October 29th. It's going to be over at the North Little Rock Event Center. I think it's right over close to Simmons Arena. And listen, it's going to be fabulous. And they're going to recognize, they're going to draw, and one of the people that there is going to have their name drawn. They're going to get about a $75,000 express boat. And the cool thing about it is you've got one of the top high school anglers, Bennett Bullard, who is not even in high school yet. He's 8th grade, I believe. He caught a 10-pound bass he's got a chance to win a $75,000 boat.
And a good chance. I think there's, 18?
19, I think, because one guy is in there twice.
Okay.
But, I mean, when you think about it, this is something that in the grand scheme of things, it is giving anglers ownership into a program. When they catch a fish and it's a 10-pounder and they turn it into the program, that fish is going to be released back in that lake along with those fry. And in 20 years, somebody might say, my granddad caught that fish because it's got the same genetics.
In 20 years from now, it'll be a $200,000 express boat.
Let's
All right, Mark, you were the brains behind the Commissioner's Cup. We're going to talk more about that when we come back in just a moment.
Sure.
This is Anthony Lucas, here to tell you about my favorite spot in Little Rock, Corky's. Sure, Corky's may look all ribs and barbecue on the outside, but did you know Corky's was also nominated for Central Arkansas's best catfish? And don't get me started on their chicken, shrimp, and nachos.
Those Big Joe burgers, Anthony.
Big Joe, when did you get here?
You really stealing my thunder, Anthony. Corky's is my place.
No way you love Corky's like me, Joe.
Talk to me when you have your own menu item, Lucas.
Corky's ribs and barbecue.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. July the 12th, 1979 was Disco Demolition Night, an infamous Major League promotion hosted by the Chicago White Sox and Chicago radio shock jock Steve Dahl. The doubleheader offered 98-cent admission to fans who brought a disco record to be destroyed. Between games, Dahl detonated the records in the outfield, which caught the field on fire, triggered a riot, and forced umpires to forfeit the second game to the Detroit Tigers. Google it, and you won't be able to stop laughing. Double B's welcomes fans of all types of music: rockers, bluegrass, country and western, techno, and yes, even disco. Because Double B's has what everyone needs, from drinks to snacks to gas. Double B's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and Genwealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Shipments of spring and summer fashions are arriving at Bill & Sword. That means swimwear from Saks, Peter Noir golf wear and shirts, Johnny O's store within a store. Be sure to check out the Faraday line and Martin Dingman shoes and leather goods. So hurry in for a great value on quality men's clothing at Bill & Sword for your spring and summer items, and you'll look fantastic. Bill & Sword, 1011 Oak Street in downtown Conway on Facebook and Instagram.
Here's NASCAR Hall of Famer Mark Martin.
As a race car driver for 40 years, I survived a lot of crashes. Not everyone can run into a wall at 200 miles an hour and walk away. Without a seatbelt, I wouldn't be alive today. Now I'm retired, back home in Arkansas driving my pickup. I'm shocked how many people aren't wearing seatbelts. Why risk your life when it only takes 2 seconds to buckle up? Take it from number 6. Buckle up, Arkansas.
A message from the Arkansas State Police Highway Safety Office.
Burroughs and Mr. Frank's is a long-standing, iconic luxury eyewear shop in the Heights. They're family-owned and operated opticians that feature high-end designer eyewear that you can't find anywhere else. Brands like Cartier, Gucci, Salt, and State Optical. Plus, they have all their lenses from the high-tech lens crafter Zeiss, who make lenses for cameras, telescopes, microscopes, and yes, glasses. These are found only at Burroughs, and they do all the fitting and lab work right in their own in-store lab. They're at 5901 R Street in the Heights, Burroughs and Frank's Optical.
Fraud is on the rise, and scammers are getting more convincing every day. But remember this, your bank will never call you asking for your debit card number, expiration date, PIN, security code, or online banking login information. If you receive a message or call that feels off, trust your instincts. Hang up. Don't click. don't respond. Instead, contact your bank directly using a number you know and trust. Protect your information. Protect your money. When in doubt, call your bank.
Time now to talk to Neil Atkinson with Saracen Casino Resort down in Pine Bluff. Neil, you got a lot of good things going on right now.
Absolutely. Got 6 baseball games in progress right now. 2 more to start later on. Got a couple of WNBA games in progress. But I can't wait till Thursday. I know it's just a Hall of Fame game. I know it's just a preseason game. But we'll have football back on the TV. And no better time than to start looking at the NFL futures and the college football futures right now. Have them all on the site.
Coach Cal's team play again tomorrow. I hadn't seen the final score from tonight, but all of them been lopsided. You still taking wagers on that?
Yeah, we'll have those up tomorrow. And if you've been betting on the Hogs during this thing, you cashed again tonight. I think they had a 42-point win again tonight, 91-49 over Toros de Valle. And if I butcher that, my apologies. But yeah, down there at the Bar Mar Convention Center. They're in the Bahamas. They're just down there showing out. And, yeah, Bet Saracen, we're brave enough. We put a line on it. And if you've been betting it, most of you have been betting the Hogs. You should be doing pretty good right now.
You got some other bells and whistles you need to tell us about?
Make sure you check out the Pick'em. That's a free-to-enter contest. Today's selections are already done, but you still can get in it on this week where you can win some free play. And then if you like your picks, you can put them into a parlay. Also, check the promo tab and get ready. There's going to be a lot of fun during football season coming up.
Neil, always a pleasure.
All right. Good luck, everybody, on your parlays, and we'll talk to you next week.
And we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. We're visiting with Eddie Rogers, a board member at the Arkansas Game and Fish Foundation, and Mark Hedrick, who also co-hosts The Wild Side on Tuesday nights on this station. And he is one of the latest inductees into the Arkansas Outdoor Hall of Fame coming up August 29th at the State House Convention Center. And one of the things that you have gained a lot of credit for, notoriety, is one of the founders of the Commissioner's Cup Youth Bass Fishing Tournament.
And you know, it's interesting. It started out years ago, as you well know. You know, Game and Fish had kind of a bad rep with fishermen. I know that I don't know how many times you went to say, "Hey, what'd you catch them on?" and they wouldn't tell you.
Right.
You know, what I mean,
Right.
it was one of those deals where they just didn't want to talk. They wanted to, you know, fishermen just are kind of, you know,
secretive.
Secretive,
Yeah.
yeah. Thank you, and secretive.
Yeah.
So I really wanted the Game and Fish to get more involved. I mean, a lot of the fishermen thought, well, all we did was ducks, deer, and trout, and they felt left out. So I'd pushed this program for quite a few years, and then Deke came on board, and I actually went and met with Deke, and I said, I've got an idea. You know, I want to do a fishing tournament, get anglers out, build it up. Let's build some grassroots support with anglers, and let's see what we can do to move this forward through the foundation and see if it'll help. And so Deke had 2 young daughters at the time. He said, well, and I wish I could remember what the 3 R's are. I can't remember the time. It was
Recruitment, retention, and the other one.
Yeah, the other R. Arithmetic.
Right.
So anyway, Deke was doing this. He said, let me ask you, Mark. He said, that sounds like a really good idea. He said, but do you think it would work with
reactivation?
Yeah, reactivation. Do you think it would work with maybe high school fishing? And I went, well, absolutely. High school fishing was just starting to get some traction. So I said, absolutely. And so I said, we talked about it a little bit. I said, let's just call it the Commissioner's Cup. We'll get the commission involved. We'll get the foundation to do this. He goes, well, who's going to run it? And I said, well, I think we ought to get Mandy and Reggie Short, who Trader Bill's in Hot Springs. They know all about tournaments. They've done it for a long time. And I said, Deke reached out to Express Boats, who is our title sponsor. They jumped right in on it. And reached out to Rodney Harper at Harper's Pure Country Taxidermy to do our Big Bass Award.
Let's talk about that for just a second.
Yeah,
Man, that guy does the best fiberglass, reproduction mounts of anybody I've ever seen. Yeah,
unbelievable. I mean, they look just like they came out of the water.
Yeah.
And so, all three of those folks agreed, as did a lot of other folks we went to. We got so much traction and support from the fishing community. The first year we had 40 boats. The next year we had, I think, COVID was the next year, so we did a kind of like a kayak tournament. We just had people pick 10 lakes in the state, go fishing, measure them, take a picture, and at the end of the day, whoever had the most total length, COVID gone the next year, we go right back. I think we had 70 boats sign up last year, which when you think about it, 2 fishermen and a mentor, that's 210 folks. If my math, I went to public schools, my math is correct. But our first winner was Bo Browning.
Yeah.
And Bo is Stephen Browning's son, and Bo is on the elites now.
Yeah.
A lot of kids are getting college scholarships. We give $3,000 to first place, $2,000 to second place, $1,000 to third place, and you've seen it. The swag for this is amazing. I mean, amazing. Kids get rods, reels, baits, tackle, and but the thing they get above all that, above all the material things, is they get to spend a day in the boat with their dad, their grandmother, brother, a mentor, and their partner, and they get to learn, what fishing's all about. I mean, they get from courtesy to just doing the right thing in the outdoors. And the grandparents that show up, the parents that show up, the kids that show up. It's just been a great deal, and we couldn't have done it. It would never have happened without the foundation sitting there and going, we're going to take a look at this. Worked out perfect timing. It just happened, perfect storm. So, this I've said this to people, but being considered and elected to the Hall of Fame is number one, very humbling. But it's the ultimate participation trophy for me.
Now, doesn't induction into the Hall of Fame give you free hunting and fishing rights in every other state in the country for the rest of your life?
I doubt it, okay. but I do think there's a secret.
Do you get a new boat?
No, but Murchison says he's going to teach me the secret handshake. But the deal is the point I was trying to make is it's an ultimate participation trophy, and I say that in the most sincere form, because if it hadn't been for my granddad and my dad and people when I was young taking me fishing, and then meeting other folks out there that took me fishing, I'm just standing on their shoulders. I mean, that's the bottom line. It goes to everybody, my kids, my wife. I couldn't have done it without Cindy. Cindy used to always say, "Go fishing, but take a kid." So I'm very humbled and honored.
That was a way to get you and your son out of the house.
Yeah, no doubt.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. He was busy, wasn't he, Ray? He was busy.
Well, and that's one of my passions too, right? I got 2 boys, just enjoy doing everything in the outdoors with them. And one of the things that I don't think they had a clue, and honestly, I don't know if I had a clue about it when we would go out, is fishing was important, hunting was important, but the kill wasn't and the catch wasn't.
Right.
Because what's the phrase that 98% of all athletes or all, won't go professional in the sport that they're doing.
Correct.
But they're all going to grow up to be young men. And I think that's the most important part. Being able to spend 8 hours in a boat with your mentor or with your grandfather or with whoever that is, it's so, so, so important.
I could ask anybody in here what snack they remember having with their dad or their granddad.
Vienna sausage and crackers, baby.
Yeah, I mean, we all remember it. I mean, sardines and hoop cheese and just regular saltines. I mean, that's what I remember. In that metal ice chest with a chunk of ice, you'd stop on the side of the road and the machine would deliver it. And that's just the way, love it.
We didn't have metal ice coolers when I was young.
What'd you have?
I don't even think we had hoop cheese, whatever that is.
Well, you remember hoop is that they also had a sharp cheese my granddad liked, and he'd always slip some of that on a cracker with one of those sardines, and I didn't know which hurt me worse, the sardine or that cheese. But once you got it in your mouth, you better swallow that stuff because it was something. But that's just fun. Get a Coca-Cola out of your cooler, and it tastes like a brim.
Yeah, oh gosh, yeah. I got one of those industrial-sized boxes of the saltines, one time and put it up on my rack in the pantry, and it collapsed, and it was so heavy I couldn't get it up. I had to use my neighbor's Cracker Jack to get it up off the floor.
And I will say this: you haven't lived until you've had a cricket run up your sleeve or up your pants leg, and you can't get to that. So you think it was Godzilla trying to get that out.
I remember you and I fishing one time, Ray, and we're sitting down on a bridge, and the sky started getting dark, and we looked at each other and said, well, I wonder if there's a storm moving in. And that lightning struck, and we were glad we had a 250 horse on that boat.
It's getting deep, folks. We'll be back in a minute.
Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the water, it's Shark Month 2 at Gwatney Buick GMC. Shark Month promises the biggest deals of the year and ready to take a bite out of your payment. New Invistas starting at under $24,000. Sink your teeth into Sierra 1500s, up to $15,000 off MSRP. Sharks can smell a deal for miles around, like all new Buicks on the lot at 0.9. Are you underwater? Let's trade. Canyons at just $249 per month and Sierras at 0%. It's Shark Month 2. And you're going to need a bigger truck. Call Gwatney Buick GMC at 501-945-4444. Gwatney Buick GMC, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. Stock number 32616, 32661. Some offers require qualifying trade-in. Canyon is a low mileage lease. All offers with approved credit.
Everybody knows the Brad Hendricks Law Firm is famous for car wrecks, big truck crashes, and medical negligence cases. But they do a lot more than that. They help good people who can benefit from bankruptcy, and they also help older folks who had their Social Security claims denied. When you need a lawyer, call the firm that is Pure Arkansas, where you won't ever be just a number. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Tradition, reputation, results.
You like saving money, right? We all do. That's why Allstate just lowered the price of car insurance. But wait, there's a catch. Lower. Actually lower. So if you're shopping around or just want to see how much you could save, check Allstate first for a new lower auto rate that could save you hundreds. You're in good hands with Allstate. Not available in every state. Only applicable for new auto insurance business. Rates will vary by several factors, including how you purchase the policy. Potential savings vary. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Hey, Mom, now that I have an after-school job, I think I want to buy a drum kit.
Okay, Rockstar. Let's look at your account.
When kids start making money, Chase has easy-to-use tools and expert bankers to help them learn how to manage it.
And next month, I'll buy the bass drum and the cymbals. Oh, and maybe some noise-canceling headphones for you.
Aw, you've thought of everything.
Help kids save, budget, and build financial independence, all with Chase. That's good for kids and good for parents. Visit your local Chase branch and get started.
Account subject to approval. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Hello, this is Justin Acree. When joint pain or an injury slows you down, turn to UAMS Health Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Arkansas's largest orthopedic team and the state's most fellowship-trained surgeons offer expert care for sports injuries and problems affecting the hip, knee, shoulder, spine, hand, foot, ankle, and more. Care is easy to access at the Orthopedic and Spine Hospital and a new location on Rodney Parham in Little Rock, next to UAMS Health Urology Center. For walk-in care, choose UAMS Ortho now. Call 501-686-TOSH. When you think ortho, think UAMS.
In today's digital world, compliance isn't just a box to check, it's a necessity. Network Services Group will help you navigate the complex landscape of cybersecurity regulations, making sure your business stays compliant and secure. Stay ahead of the curve. Focus on what really matters, growing your business. Network Services Group, your partner in compliance for banks and medical organizations.
Network Services Group. One call does it all.
Arkansas brides, make your wedding show experience unforgettable with a VIP ticket. Join us Sunday, August 23rd at the State House Convention Center for the Arkansas Democrat Gazette Wedding Show. VIP guests receive an exclusive bride t-shirt, tote bag, custom labels, special swag, reserved seating, and early access to the show. These limited VIP tickets are available now at arkansasbridalcommunity.com. Start planning your dream day with Arkansas wedding experts all in one place.
It is nice weather outside. We always invite everybody to get out and figure out a way to enjoy the Arkansas outdoors. I know it's hot as Hades. There's still state parks you can visit, and things aren't quite that hot. I watched a piece last night on, I think, YouTube, on the state of Missouri and all these great places to go in Missouri. And I'm sure we got some of those on Arkansas somewhere. This state is fabulous. And I'm always embarrassed. He says, we're going to go on vacation. We're going out of state. There's so many state parks I haven't visited. How many state parks you been to?
I've been to all of them.
Oh,
have you really?
Yeah. I wrote a I wrote a book back in 1999, Arkansas, a guide to backcountry travel and adventure, and it summarized every single place in the state under categories of hunting, fishing, canoeing, camping, kayaking, rock climbing, and mountain biking. Very first book of its kind. And so to do that, I've visited every WMA, every state park, every national forest, every national wildlife refuge.
Wait, he backpacked from Maine to where?
Arkansas to Maine.
Yeah.
Did
you know, it's something interesting. I was reading a while back that the largest sandstone crevice in the United States is at Devil's Den State Park.
Yeah.
Think about that. I think it's 700 feet or something, but I mean, you can go right up there and see something you can't see anywhere else. Diamond mines in Arkansas. I think that's great.
It was real cool stuff. And one of the things about that book is, like Lake Fort Smith State Park, they had to move that, when they redid the lake itself.
Yeah.
And so, if I were to, I'd have to update that book because there's some things that are kind of out of date there. But we got so much cool stuff here. When you talk, Missouri's got a lot. Oklahoma, surprisingly, has got a lot of really cool things too. But we live in a really good part of the world. And if we were talking about the velvet season, we're talking about, turkeys, all the stuff that we have here. We compare very favorably with just about anybody. If we had saltwater fishing, we'd be pretty salty.
I like
what he did.
Like Anne Marie Doremus said, she goes, where else in America can you kill a turkey and an alligator?
Yeah.
So you think about that's pretty cool.
And she's done both.
You got a text or something a second ago, or a news release?
Yeah.
Is that something you want to share with us? Or?
We do. We got our good friend Corey Dunn, who's been a long time friend of the show. He's telling us about a proposed rule, or mentioned a proposed rule, I guess, that's in the Federal Register right now that would weaken protections on voluntary easements with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to protect breeding habitat in the prairie pothole region of in the Dakotas and Saskatchewan, Manitoba, and he's urging, and we all urge. We were talking about the duck season social. Anybody that loves duck hunting, and that a lot of us live for that. That's the most important 60 days of the year for a lot of us here. Right. Ducks are struggling, and they're struggling because of drought and degraded habitat. And if something were to weaken the protections on what's up there, because Ducks Unlimited works tirelessly to secure these easements. It's not really rain, it's snow is what they need. They need winter precipitation to fill those ponds, and create the breeding and brood rearing habitat that ensures that we'll have ducks to migrate south. And if anything were to weaken that program, degrade the protections, allow people to drain those wetlands, and the impacts could be far-reaching, well beyond our lifetimes.
Yeah, no matter how much rice you plant, they ain't coming if they're not there anymore.
That's right. You won't be talking about hot crops anymore.
And Eddie, the foundation, everybody on the foundation's an avid duck hunter, so I'm sure there's an opinion there that but it means a lot to us here. It's a big part of our economy and a big part of our lifestyle.
There's no question about it. The numbers are actually staggering. I can't quote them right now, but Brett and I were talking about that a few months back about what the tax revenue is for the state of Arkansas and whatnot, and it's staggering. Which a lot of people say, well, I don't care what happens in Canada, I don't care what happens up in the Dakotas, but we should, right? And
darn right.
There's lots of things that duck hunters can go back and forth about, mud motors and hot crops and shoot hens, don't shoot hens, but
if you don't have the ducks, none of that matters.
Exactly right.
Yeah.
That's exactly right. And so, speaking of the drought stuff going on up there, one of the books we have at home, kind of going back to the state parks, was for the state of Arkansas. Would not be good doing this not right now. I don't encourage anyone to do this right now. But the book on waterfalls of the state.
Yeah.
All the different places you can go to see the different waterfalls.
Yeah, you'd be very disappointed right now.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Right. You better carry a bottle of water with you.
Well, we were talking about, Steve Wright's books, the Arkansas Trout Tales, and he co-wrote the Arkansas Duck Hunters Almanac with Steve Bowman, which is the definitive duck hunting book for Arkansas, probably for anywhere, really. There's never been another one like it. But, Brent Birch wrote the book on the Grand Prairie, which takes what Steve did and just really expands it and gets really into the depths that we had him on this show talking about it when it came out. Anybody, if you go into a duck club anywhere, any of them, they've got Bowman's book and that book on the coffee table.
That's right.
Yeah, that's how much it means to us here.
It's more than a way of life. I mean, those 60 days gets drawn out over 3 months, and it's.
Well, the first time I covered the World's Championship duck calling contest, that would have been in 2005, and to see all those people out on the Stuttgart city square watching people, it's the worst headache I ever had in my life, because I sat and listened to every one of those things, but to see all those people out there listening to these people duck calling, but then you see where all they come from. We got the Arkansas people, and they kind of dominate it because that's kind of in our genes. And they had, Butch Richin back in the time that trained all those guys, John Stevens and everybody. But we've had winners from Iowa, and, they come from everywhere. Even though they don't have a chance of winning, they do qualify, and they're in awe of the whole scene. And the 1 year when they were in the middle of the duck calling and the ducks flew over the stage, they were kind of lost and trying to find a place to go, and the ducks were calling back to these people. That was really cool.
I bet so.
Yeah.
And I just wonder how many duck call makers there are in this state.
Ooh.
It's just you'll bump into somebody and they'll talk about their duck call. They're making a Pond Creek, or Jerry Pendergast used to make the Snaz duck call, and of course you got Rich and Tone, and it's just again it's like if you're a fly fisherman, you want to build your own rod, and you want to build your own fly rod.
One of my go-to calls I've got right now is a Coca-Cola Wood, red and green, and a guy came. I thought he was peddling his wares. He literally came with a trench coat and. Right.
Really?
Hey, what are you doing?
It might have been a briefcase, but I like the trench coat analogy. It's a little bit better. But.
Your favorite one, what? Eddie Horton?
I've got it's called a quackenback that I got years and years ago. You don't have to put any air through that thing hardly at all to get just this. It sounds like ducks in the woods. I can't describe it. I mean, that's it. That's what it's got its own little echo when it comes out that chamber, and I love that thing. That's my go-to. But I've got them all. Someday somebody's going to have to.
I've been forbidden from blowing a duck call.
Well, see, that was my dad's thing.
You have to have hot air, right?
Yeah, you got to have something. I can't do it.
My dad had this a cousin named Jack Jernigan, and they would, at the beginning of duck season, call each other up on the phone without saying a word, blow the duck call. It was like the introduction to the season.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great.
All right, the Arkansas Game and Fish Foundation and Arkansas Game and Fish Hall of Fame banquet is coming up later this month, and we will go backtrack a little bit and talk more about that when we come back.
Hi, this is Joe Klein, former Razorback and owner of Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
And I'm Anthony Lucas, also a proud former Razorback and Corky's Barbecue regular customer.
We may represent different sports in different decades, but all generations of hogs agree.
Corky's is the only place to get the most delicious ribs and barbecue at a winning price.
So stop into Corky's now and every day for never-ending specials.
Corky's,
where the hogs come home, baby.
Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
The Saracen Casino Hotel is now open and accepting reservations. Saracen's new 14-story hotel features 318 modern guest rooms and suites, offering luxe accommodations paired with the elevated amenities and the southern hospitality customers have come to expect from Saracen Casino Resort. And while you're at it, don't skip dinner at Red Oak, recognized as Arkansas's best restaurant for 5 years running. Book your stay with Saracen by visiting SaracenResort.com or calling Saracen today.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-MY-RESET.
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. The World Cup fans fear their favorite team or player getting a red card, the worst foul you can commit. In the South, here are a few other red cards that you can get. Talking back to mama, not pulling over for a funeral procession, thinking mac and cheese isn't a vegetable, referring to Mary Frances as just Mary, telling grandma that you're not hungry, only getting 2 sides at a meat and 3, and the worst of all, scheduling a Saturday event during football season. Missing out on the delectable snacks at Doublebee's is also deserving of a red card. All of Doublebee's 34 locations in Arkansas have something to drive back your hunger and put a smile on your face. Stop by today, and you'll receive a warm welcome to Doublebee's. Because Doublebee's, it's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
Attention. If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-600-2763. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-600-2763. That's 501-600-2763.
Join the zone each Monday for Game Balls and Jockstraps, brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping. Find out who made the best, average, and worst headlines in sports and entertainment each Monday, as Justin and Phil give you their Game Balls and Jockstraps on the zone from 10 till 1. It's all brought to you by A Caddy's Touch Landscaping. 501-794-2770. Call today to get your landscape updated to a whole new level. And be listening for Game Balls and Jockstraps only on 103.7 The Buzz.
Have questions about retirement, investments, or your money? Call our financial hotline. Dial 501-381-5228 and leave a voicemail with your specific financial question, and our experts will answer it on the Get Ready for the Future show Saturday mornings at 10 a.m. Get your financial questions answered by the pros. 501-381-5228. Call now. Securities offered through LPL Financial, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advice offered through Independent Advisor Alliance. Independent Advisor Alliance and Genwealth Financial Advisors are separate entities from LPL Financial.
Back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. We're in the home stretch here, and we are running fast.
Yep, we are.
And I think Mark's in the lead here, going to win by a nose.
Well, let's just hope I don't break down before I get to the finish line.
Difference in the winner's circle and the winner's circle.
That's exactly right. Exactly right.
All right, Game and Fish Outdoor Hall of Fame's coming up. Let's talk about that, Eddie Roger.
You bet. So again, everybody, it's August the 29th. It starts at 6 p.m. and going to be a fantastic banquet. It's going to be 1,600 people-ish. If you or your business would like to sponsor, we definitely have opportunities for that. We have table sponsorships. It comes with 10 seats per table. They range anywhere from $1,500 of a table sponsor, and then there's bronze, silver, and gold, all the way up to $10,000. So you can buy single tickets or a full table to invite all your hunting buddies. Y'all can tell lies all night long at your table, eat good catfish, and have a cup of cold pops.
And get you some nice glasses to take home.
That's right.
No doubt. No doubt.
It's almost unlimited green glasses if you want them.
Yeah.
They used to do glass.
They
Remember?
did.
Yeah. I've still got
and it
some.
It was like a mad rush.
Oh, yeah. Then you can find them all over the street, somebody dropping them. But it was the glasses, those were awesome.
Yeah.
And one thing I can tell you about this banquet, it doesn't happen. I mean, Deke has changed the whole deal. I mean, he really was taking it to a whole nother level. But he couldn't do that without people like Tyler Lawrence.
That's right.
Jibby Tucker, Matt Baker,
Jibby Tyler,
Jibby Tucker Tyler.
Yeah, you're good.
yeah, Tucker Tyler, and of course Ruth Catherine. I mean,
RK is the heart of it.
They do so much, and I got to tell y'all, one thing that I think that people out there that need to know is the guys that are in the positions of leadership down there, and the people in the field, all the way down to the folks sitting there manning the telephones at Game and Fish. They all have the same passion you do. Mm-hmm. They want to make it better for all of us. I mean, they do. I mean, you look at you've got Chris Racy, Ben Batten. They're both fisheries chiefs. They love fishing. You know, you've got people that love deer hunting. You've got people that they want to make it better.
You remember that time we fished with J.O. Brooks and Ben Batten out at DeGray, and
I'll never forget it.
Ben Batten was throwing in hybrids, and he acted like he was putting them in the ice chest because J.O. never threw away a fish.
Yeah, never. They get back the ramp, they think got about 300, and they got 2 limits.
Right.
but Ben is would catch his fish and Joe, oh, that's great. Ben would drop it back over the side.
Well, he was telling him it was white bass he was catching.
Yeah. Ben's going, I'm a biologist.
I know the difference between a white bass.
But these guys have the same passion you have, and if you've got a beef, I suggest you call them because they'll answer any question.
Yep.
They'll go the extra mile. They're out there right now somewhere, looking for a bear tag. You and I had a meeting probably 10 years ago
over at J&M
Enterprise, and we picked 3. They wanted us to pick 3 lakes they wanted us to do something with.
Right.
Greers, DeGray, and Ouachita. Mm-hmm. Greers they're catching giant fish out of Greers, giant smallmouth. DeGray they caught a 14-20 out of there.
Yep.
And Ouachita, the grass is back.
Yep.
So it takes. You can't turn a battleship. It just doesn't turn.
Well, it took them 20 years to get minimum flow onto White and the Norfolk. Now I hear they're talking about it on the Little Red.
It'd be great.
It would be great, but it's going to be 20 years.
It may be.
Yeah.
But the deal is.
It'll happen.
It'll happen, and you just got to have faith. And again, like Lake Conway and places like this that they're working on now, I fished Lake Conway in its heyday. I'm sure you did too. You did. Mm-hmm. We caught monsters, black bass, black bass, crappie, brim around those log jams. I wanted to come back, but I wanted to come back because I want my kids to fish it, my grandkids to fish it. I had that heyday.
Mm-hmm.
These folks are trying to make it better for the future, and so I think we give them a hand. Go to the banquet, buy you some tickets, go listen to what they have to say, and I think you'll be glad you did.
Eddie, how do we get tickets?
Yep. So you can get tickets online at the Game and Fish Foundation website. I don't know if the Buzz is going to put it up on their website or not, but social media folks, it's just type in the search bar Game and Fish Foundation, it'll pop up. But one of the things that we were talking during the break is, a lot of people have questions or concerns in certain areas. You're never going to find a better place to talk to your local game and fish law enforcement officers,
correct,
biologists, the people that do R&D for game and fish. I mean, everyone's there. If you have questions, what a great spot to come and get those answers.
And kudos to you and your wife for sharing this event, chairing this event.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Yeah, it's our pleasure.
A lot of work goes into it now.
She has a passion as well as I, and it's not because of her and I. It's because of our kids, and we just love what Mark, what you just said. It's I want the days when I grew up hunting, when I saw a black cloud of ducks come over. That's what I want them to experience again. So.
And those are the things you remember. You might remember your first deer, your first this, or your first that, but what you really remember was the times out on the water and in the woods with your mom, with your dad, sometimes your mother, your uncle. With me, that's a lot of who it was.
You said time's out, time's out.
Time's out.
All right, folks, you'll have a great week.
Thanks, guys.
Be safe out there and do not overheat.